All right, I think we are now live on Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. Live yet again. It is Tuesday, guys. Super excited to be here. Let me mute my phone. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We've got a great guest tonight, a fantastic guest, a really exciting guest, somebody that has been a part of my channel for a very long time. Yes, guys, I am a little bit late. I'm looking at chat right now. You guys are making fun of me. Key Lime's making fun of me. Let me say hello to some people, and then I'll turn it over to our amazing guest. Lisa, welcome in. Guys, check out that video we did with Lisa. Key Lime, kisses, welcome in. Guys, a little tip on Key Lime. She is an artist, a really good artist. Jessica's in here. Welcome in, Jessica. Mr. Pac-Man, you're in here, buddy. Appreciate it. Hopefully that lighting kit's working out good for you. I don't know if you've ordered it yet, but it's amazing. All right, guys. Donna, welcome in. And oh my gosh, I was actually had the chat messed up. There's a lot more people in here. Stephanie, welcome in. Gina, welcome in. Sell quick, ship quick, welcome in. All right, guys. So that being said, you guys know this, right? And those of you who are new to this channel, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, I invite amazing people in our community that's in the trenches, that's in there selling with us on the same platform, onto my channel so we can ask them questions, how they got started, and put them in the spotlight where, you know, we're trying to uncover these gems. And tonight we've got a really good one. So without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, Wilson, North Carolina, Reese. So, what do you want to know?
Mr. Barry, first of all, how long has it took you to grow that beard? Tell me how long.
About a year and a half. About a year and a half. I run into a lot of guys that say they can do this in 3 or 4 months, which kills me, but I'm a little bit slower. So,
well, I think it's amazing. I think it is luscious and beautiful red beard there. So first of all, you have been part of my channel for a very long time. And I just want to say I am super excited to have you on personally. I think everybody in chat is as well. Pac-Man is saying Barry, and he used 2 exclamation marks, which, you know, when he uses 2, he means business. So Barry, how did you get started reselling? Are you full-time, part-time? Give me the skinny here, buddy.
I want to be full-time. Sales, corporate for 10 years, and that ended. And and I had been, I think I've been playing with it a little bit since about 2011. I'm not even sure how I stumbled across it. A lot of YouTubers out there, and picked up a couple things. I remember my first sale was a coffee mug, a mini eBay mug, and I did well for $1 and sold it for, I think it was around $25. So I was hooked. Plus also the fact that the very first time that I went to Goodwill Bins, I picked up the first pocketbook that I picked up, chain in it that I flipped for gold and made about $275 on that. So it was kind of downhill after that.
That's really cool. And so how did you learn about eBay, Barry? How did you learn that you can sell on an amazing platform like eBay or other platforms?
Well, I'm just on eBay right now, but listening to all the other people on YouTube, Lindy and you and other people, I'm really going to look into Poshmark. I think it's a good, if anything, a backup plan, for items that that don't do well on eBay, or it seems like everybody's getting more money for the same item on Poshmark. So. But that's the only other one that I've looked at so far.
Now, first of all, you've been a part of my channel and a part of this community for a while. And I want to say personally, I said at the beginning, but I appreciate you I appreciate you always supporting this channel, and I think it's really cool. And guys, Barry and me have a little history. Okay. I had a little bit of a contest going on Instagram where we gave away $135 light box. You know, the big Amazon ones.
Right behind me.
Right behind you.
Yeah. Yep.
And Barry was the winner of that.
Fantastic.
I see you're putting in work, Barry. What are you listing over there?
It's a set of 4 Waterford wine glasses that I picked up at a yard sale this weekend. It was one of my show and tells for tonight. Got them for $1 a piece. So I'm gonna be listing those for those Waterford glasses. So that'll be a good profit for those.
Did you try?
And I've been. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you try them out before you listed them?
Not much of a drinker, so wild as I get is I'm drinking Sundrop tonight, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's kind of like Mountain Dew. I don't know if you have it out your way yet or not. It was mostly in North Carolina. It's kind of like Mountain Dew, but a lot more lemony flavor.
So Gina says, I think it's right? Does Gina live pretty close to you?
Yes, yeah. We've chatted back and forth that her work brings her up close to where I am, so she's going to contact me the next time that she's in the area. We're going to get together and maybe have lunch and hit some stores and share some tips and ideals.
That's what's awesome, is getting people together. So Barry, give me a little bit of snapshot about you. We know you sell on eBay. What state do you live in? Where do you thrift at? Where do you like thrifting at? Give us a little bit of information about kind of what you're doing and how you're thrifting.
I'm in North Carolina. I'm about an hour from Charlotte and about an hour from Asheville. So right in the middle there. So Goodwill bins is kind of what I've settled into. I've got spoiled with all the pricing. The everything's $1.25 a pound here, except for electronics, which they used to put them out and kind of take care of them. Now they just dump them in a big pile, and they go for 69 cents a pound. So, and sometimes you can find some really, really good deals for that. So other than that, yard sale season's starting back up. So it's a pretty cool yard sale finds that I've picked up this past weekend. And I'm gonna warn Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs and Prof Sales, Karin and Jason, that I'm heading down their way near Charlotte this coming weekend. So I'm gonna hit some yard sales. I probably won't do the thrift stores, but I'm gonna do some yard sales down there and see what I can find.
That's awesome. So tell me your technique. I always want to hear this because every single Goodwill bins is different. So for ours, you line up first, and then they have to wait until each row is done, and there's 3 bins per row, and then you can dig in. How does it work at your bins? Like, do you guys line up, or is it just once they put one bin out, you can rush it? Like, how does that work?
Until recently, it was when the bin came out, you dove in, and then they had change in management, and now it's more like what you're mentioning. You have to wait for 3 bins or 5 bins, and they change an entire row, the length of the building. And they used to segregate it where you always knew where the pocketbooks and luggage were going to be, and the clothing was going to be here. The hard goods, was in one section, and electronics were in another. Now it's hit or miss. It could be, two bins of clothes, and, then electronics, then hard goods, and then books. There's a lot of book scanners that come, and the stuff that I pick up, a lot of men's clothes and unique stuff and stuff that easily gets overlooked. There's a lot of ladies that come that they're looking for specific type of clothing, women's clothing, children's clothing, that they're taking to a flea market to sell, or they're sending to another country to sell, and they're not necessarily items that I'm even interested in. And a lot of times they will be in such a hurry because they're so afraid that, the other person beside them is going to get the goods on them, that they miss a lot. they miss a lot. So,
Yep.
but I've heard horror stories that they're like Charlotte and Ashland, some of these areas where it's almost like what Thunderdome death match, which is it's a lot more family oriented and friendlier at the one I go to. Thank God.
That's awesome. I if you guys want in chat, let me know. I'll put some tips on when you go to the Goodwill bins in chat. There's a lot of tips that I use when I go to the Goodwill bins to help. So let me know if you want me to go over a few of those. So Barry, first and foremost, you have to line up for the bins now. Now, that being said, a lot of people will grab items, and this may be one tip. I don't necessarily do this, but you'll find a lot of it in the clothing. They'll grab a bunch of items, put it in their cart, and then go through it later. Or do you go through it as you go?
Pretty much as I go, unless it's something that I know right away that, hey, this is probably going to be worth something that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. The people that, they're just going to grab an armful. They don't care what it is. They're just going to get it before everybody else does, put it in their buggy, and they'll sort through it later. So yeah, I see it a little bit, but not extreme as some of the match, where that I've seen on YouTube, some videos. So everybody's pretty nice and gets along pretty good at the one I go to.
And you do have like people that like this guy does books, this guy does hard goods, this guy does clothes. Like, do you guys? Because when I go to the Goodwill bins, there's a lot of people that know me, and they know what I want, and I know what they want. So if I find what they want, I give it to them, and they find what I want. Like, it's building relationships, connecting the dots. Do you do that at all?
Absolutely. Yeah, and there's, like you said, there's a couple guys that all they do is sporting, football jerseys, type sporting clothes. And, if I find something that I'm not, it's not super, something I want to keep, I'll give it to them. And same thing with other people. I like to pick up overalls. People know, and they'll give those to me, or different things like that. And yeah, everybody kind of looks out for everybody, which is nice once you, again, establish relationships with them.
Yep. So Barry, I have a question. Have you? Oh, I see. Have you already done the second introduction? Just arrived. I am sorry, I'm late. Not a problem. Barry, do you mind giving another introduction, my man?
No problem. Barry in North Carolina. Working my way to full-time eBaying. I talked to Wade earlier today that, we all love to thrift. We all love the thrill of the hunt. And, my biggest thing is getting off the couch and listing this stuff, because I'm sitting on a gold mine. I told Wade I'm waiting for the TV show Hoarders to knock on my door any minute. And we're not going to do a show. We're just going to do a whole season. So that's what it feels like sometimes. So, and then I think Wade's been on my Instagram. I think it's by the same name, or I don't know if you can post that or not on there. But when I'm not thrifting, this year the reason I have the beard is I played a professional Santa Claus for the first time this year. Loved it. It was the funnest thing. A friend of mine that has a Classic Claus entertainment company, he finally talked me into it, growing a beard, and I actually ended up being one of the 4 Santa Clauses for the Charlotte Motor Speedway, NASCAR, and they had like a whole drive-through Christmas lights and a Christmas village. So I was one of their Santa Clauses, and did a lot of others. Really good money. If any guys out there can grow a good beard and have a belly and be fat and jolly, it's some real good money. Amateur beekeeper and amateur potter. So, and I'm on Wade's show tonight.
Well, first and foremost, guys, forget diets, just grow beards and a little bit of a belly, and you can make some serious money. And tell us, Barry, I know you have some stories. Is there any? Okay, when I brought Cade to the Easter egg, he was it Chuck E. Cheese? No, it was Chuck E. Cheese. Sorry, I brought him to Chuck E. Cheese the big rat, he got scared and started crying. Has any kid, like any weird stories when you had kids sit on your lap and tell you what they want for Christmas?
Well, let's put it this way. After Christmas, I went and bought stock in Mattel because Nerf guns and Barbies, always a big item. Frozen, the Frozen, what's the girl's name? I can't, probably somebody can put it in chat, but you know what I'm talking about, Frozen. Well, I mean, she still reigns supreme. Every kid loves that. You know, and I had some really cute kids. I did learn that the age of 2 is when Santa goes from being lovable to scary as the devil. That's when they have the nuclear meltdown at age 2. And, you know, and then once they get past 2, then they're usually okay. But most of the kids I really enjoyed. Probably the best feel-good moment that I had was I had got on YouTube and had looked up how to say a few Christmassy things in sign language, because I knew I was going to run into it. And one night, there was a couple kids I talked to, but there was one girl that came through. I can't remember. She wasn't deaf, but it was another type of something that she had where they communicated with sign language, most likely because they were nonverbal. And, you know, I didn't think anything of it. And then I got I found out that she had emailed the president of the Charlotte Motor Speedway thanking him for how shocked they were and blown away that, you know, that Santa was able to carry on with them. So this fall, I'm going to go back. I live near a community college that's near the School for the Deaf. So I'm gonna take some classes and try to get more fluent in that. So, but yeah, if I could play Santa Claus 12 months out of the year, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
First and foremost, this says a lot about your personality. The fact that you went above and beyond just in case you got that kid, I think that's amazing. That's really cool. You probably made her life, you know, that much happier in that moment. I think that's awesome. I can only imagine if I had a daughter or a son that had had any issues that kept them from being able to talk. And I think that'd be really cool. Something that, you know, Easter Bunny or Santa, whatever the case may be, did some gesture like that. That's really cool. It says a lot about you, Barry. And I mean, how do you find the time? You're Santa Claus, you're beekeeping. Do you keep any honey? Do you have any honey?
Yeah,
I think that was a question.
Yeah, I lost the bees that I had. I just have a few hives, and I was down to one, and it didn't make it through the winter. And there's a lot. I don't know, something happened with mites or something, but a lot of beekeepers lost it. But I've got two beehives ordered that I should be getting in a couple weeks. And but yeah, it takes about a year once you get a hive established for them you can start harvesting honey from them. So yeah, when I get some, I'll send you some honey. And
by the way, Barry, oh my gosh, sell quick, ship quick, my man. First and foremost, we were talking about this with Barry before the show. He was like, I'm thinking about starting YouTube. I would really like to start YouTube. What's a good name? We have a name, Thrifty Santa.
Thrifty Santa. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
So, the other one I was bouncing around was Uncle B, because my little 3-year, I was telling you, I was babysitting my 3-year-old nephew today. So, and I have a nephew that's 21, and my sister adopted another one, and he'll be 4 in June, and both of them call me Uncle B, or as the littlest one is Uncle Bay. So you know, being in the South, we got the twang. So Uncle Bay, but I kind of steered away from the Uncle B because I figured that might sound a little too creepy. So I do like Thrifty Santa better. So I may go with that. Even Gina likes it. Thank you, Gina. So is Thrifty Nickel in the house? I know I met her at a meetup with Prof Sales and Luke. I don't know if Thrifty Nickel's in the house. She usually is.
Yeah, we have regulars definitely in this chat, and it's really cool because I'm developing a family myself that's in the chat. That I love to invite people that are constantly in my chat onto my channel because I get to know you guys on a way personal level. And guys, send your prayers out to Farm Girl Scavenger. I don't know if you guys know. Well, She had a big accident, guys. She was my first interview I ever had on my channel, and she got burnt. Was it second and third degree burns, really bad. So she's in the hospital right now. Prayers go out to her. If you're watching this, farm girl, I hope you get better. You were my first interview. I'll never forget you. So Barry, what are you passionate about selling online? If you can sell anything online, would it be suspenders? What would you sell online if money wasn't an issue?
Oh, geez. High dollar items, high profit. I wish I had the Midas touch like you do with negotiating, getting all these massive bulk orders. You'll never have to worry about having fruit flies or ants at your house ever again. And if you do get them, then you can bomb them with water balloons, which you picked up. Which I told you earlier today. I was in Walmart and I saw where the exact same product you picked up for hardly nothing. They were selling for almost $8 a piece. So have you already shipped that off to Amazon yet?
I've actually sold. I haven't shipped off on Amazon, but I put it on eBay to gauge interest, and I've already sold about probably close to 100 of them in 2 days, and I've only had them listed for 2 days. If you guys go to my eBay, you can see what I sold, and yeah, it's incredible. So Barry, you're selling on eBay. You're thinking about Poshmark. What's it going to be like for the remainder of the year? Like your goals you're sitting on a big money pile. You need to start listing, but what's your 2018 goals for reselling?
To bring in enough money to pay my bills right now. I'm still on Cobra, which will be running out in July. And so which actually the quotes that I've got for alternative insurance is way less than what I'm paying on Cobra right now. I wish I had investigated that sooner. Just getting all of this stuff listed and boxed up and out of the way. I was telling Wade earlier that I was my living room. I just wanted my living room at least to look like a real person lived here instead of Sanford and Son, and got it all nice and neat and arranged. And then I had an emergency where my little nephew, his nana normally keeps him, and she couldn't, and so I babysitted him, and Hurricane Devin hit the living room. So, but it's back to normal now. It's not too bad. So, but yeah, get the house cleaned up and get all the death pile, money piles, because I've got some incredible stuff. I have no business thrifting at all, but like I said, that's the fun part.
Mm-hmm. So I want to know a little bit about your life, Barry, and sorry for the light, guys. I got this shine on me. I'm looking real good. It was just the stuff I put on my skin, but it's only on this one side. So, but Barry, what does your friends and family think of you eBaying? Like, what is your when you say you sell stuff on eBay, what do people think about that? What's their reaction? I ask this question every time because it's a different answer every single time. What does your friends and family think of you selling on eBay?
They're supportive. My sister, before she adopted, I was sourcing. We kind of went in together, and I was sourcing the items, and she was listing and shipping, and it But then she adopted this little guy, little Devin, and that she went to full-time mom mode and didn't really have time to do it. So, but yeah, I have several friends that are we kind of regularly sit around and knock around ideas like, okay, how can we make extra income and do all this different stuff. And one good buddy of mine, one of my best friends, he's a police officer, and he will call each other, and I've got him into beekeeping, so we both ordered bees. But he kind of prods me, and like, okay, this is what I did today. So, all right, Barry, what have you done? You need to get this stuff listed, and so, but yeah, most people that know me and have known, because I talk about it so much, they're supportive of it. They don't think I'm crazy. They like to hear my stories. the unique finds that I have. Total strangers, of course, they get the glazed over look, or meet somebody and it's what do you do, and then you kind of like, well, I sell online. Oh, well, and finally, okay, I sell on eBay. And then either they're interested, or they knew somebody, or they just get this glazed over look like they have no idea what you're talking about.
Barry, what's your Instagram handle so people can follow you? I'm really curious.
Good question. Let me look on my phone here.
And how do you order bees? I mean, do you order like online and they just show up at your door? Like,
no. There are local. Usually, there's a bee supplier, that supplies the wax and frame and the hives and stuff. And usually, they'll order from Georgia or somewhere that specializes in raising a package of bees, and you get about a shoebox size box that has about 3 pounds of bees and a queen in it, and then you take them home. They come in and you take them home. My Instagram is Burleson Barry, so it's BurlesonBarry. So that's me on Instagram.
We'll put you in chat too on Instagram. I think that's cool. How do they know that there's a female bee in the group, like a queen bee? Do they just pick one out and put one in there?
They on these apiaries, they can raise. I'm not sure exactly how they do it, but they can raise a queen. The queen's the biggest bee in the hive, and you can take when a queen when she lays the egg, she's the only one that lays the eggs, and she that same egg, they can become a worker or a drone. If she lays an unfertilized egg, it's a drone. Or they can take that same egg and feed it royal jelly and turn it into a queen, all from the same egg. And the only bees that are male are the drones, and their only job is to eat and make the queen. That's their only job. So the guys have got it made until winter comes, and then they kick them out to die. They don't keep them.
Oh my gosh, my life has been changed upside down just now, Barry.
So when you get your tomato plants planted, then we'll put you a beehive out there, and you'll be good to go.
All right. I got them planted today. Actually, it's hilarious. I only have. By the way, Pac-Man, appreciate you. Put that periodically every few moments into chat. That would be awesome. We're putting your Instagram handle on there. So, Barry, how has reselling changed your life? How has being on social media changed the way you resell?
Social media has helped me because it's helped me to further develop what items to look for. I would have never, some of the things that I picked up, I would have never, ever known that these were, bolos to be on the lookout for, that were high dollar items. There's a board game that I'm going to show that from the 80s or 90s that can go for $100. I picked up for $1 at a yard sale that I had no idea. I would have probably passed it up a long time ago. So social media has helped me as far as expanding my knowledge of items, what to pick up.
And who's some people online that you like watching? I love asking this question because those of you who are new in chats or possibly new to reselling or possibly just new to the community that want to find amazing, cool resellers to follow on YouTube and soak in a bunch of stuff. Give us a handful of people that you love watching.
Well, of course, Waves Ventures, of course.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Prof sales, endless entrepreneurs with Luke, like following Chris. Good content. In the beginning, I think probably some of the first ones that I watched were Rake and Profit, and there's another guy. It's Picking Profits. I haven't seen him in a while, but I think he's still on there. But he's the one that kind of taught me into doing coffee mugs. He started out doing that, and then he kind of branched out into books and everything else. The Reseller Rabbit, I like watching him. Of course, Rally Roots. So they got
Roots.
Yeah, definitely high energy, great people. There's so many of them that that's another problem is all of the videos that or YouTubers and Instagrammers to follow them. Of course, I'm absolutely in love with the Luke's Huntress. I think that's how you say her name. She has some pretty hilarious Instagrams. That she's pretty cool. She finds some really good stuff. They're just that's about all. There's so many of them. So many of them. List.
Tanya says, "Love the roots. Love the roots." I am with you on that. They're amazing. So, Barry, have you shipped many glasses or coffee mugs?
Not in a while. I've only had one item ever to get broken, and that was a Starbucks coffee mug. And that was at the time when my sister and brother-in-law were helping me. We were working together, and it may have not been packed well enough because the handle got snapped off. So, but I did of course I had it insured and took care of it. So that's really the only one, and the only return I've ever had since doing eBay was a pair of blue jeans. And the lady just said they didn't fit, and she actually would have came out cheaper keeping the jeans than what she had to pay to ship them back to me. So, but she did anyway. So I took them and resold them. So, other than that, I've got 100% feedback, 100% positive feedback, and I only have had one late ship. And that was back around St. Patrick's Day. I volunteer for a child advocacy center. It's in one of the neighboring counties for preventing child abuse. This is a group that they interview children that if DSS or the police think they have been physically or sexually abused. These are the people that are trained how to interview these kids and where it's admissible in court and it's recorded and they don't have to relive it and repeat it in court. And the sleazy lawyer can't say, well, you coached Junior into saying this happened to them. They know how to get the truth out. And when I went to work for the garbage company I worked for, the guy that I replaced, he got involved with one of their fundraisers. And there's a picture on my Instagram, I think. They do a Price is Right show. This is our 12th year doing it, and we got the big spinning wheel and all this stuff. And I play Rod Roddy, the come on down. I announce the games, and I have the sparkly tacky jacket. This year I got to keep my beard, and it was bleached white for Santa. So then I dyed it red or orange or whatever for the big chubby leprechaun. So had a lot of fun with that, and we raised this is my 11th year playing Rod Roddy, and we raised $25,000 to help fund the cause. So it was a great event. It was a lot of fun. I'll do it till the day I told them that I have to walk out there with my stroller, and I'll come out there and do it till the day I die if I can do it. So, but
I honestly don't think I mean, you must be the most humble, amazing person I've ever talked to. And your whole family seems like that. Your sister adopts, which is really cool to be able to adopt a kid, because there's a lot of kids here in the States that need adopting and the world for that matter. And then you do this fundraiser. I think that's really cool. That's actually was my job at my old job that I left 2 weeks ago. I managed all the nonprofits, and there was this nonprofit called Youth Progress. And what they do basically is it's kind of like a Big Brother system where they have all these foster kids that are in foster homes. And then what you can do is you can take one of those foster kids for 3 or 4 days and kind of like take them fishing, like bond with them. And then, of course, they go back to their foster parents. But it's kind of like a break for the foster kids. And so we were going to do that right before we were going to do that. We found out we were going to have Cade, and our life was hectic. But I think that's really cool that you foster such an amazing like community spirit. And it's funny because I kind of feel that way for you both in chat and your Instagram, and it seems like you do a lot of that stuff outside of this. So You're a really cool person, Barry. I appreciate everything you do. I think that's really cool. And are you excited to be an uncle? Is this your first time being an uncle by chance?
No, this is my second time. I just have one sister, and my oldest nephew, he will be 22 this year. And his name's Daxton. He'll be graduating from college here soon. And then my sister adopted Devin, the little one, and this is the age gap that the day my oldest nephew graduated from high school, the adopted Devin turned 1 on exactly the same day. So that's quite they're pretty much starting all over again. So
wow.
But yeah, he is. They couldn't have picked a child. I mean, if you never told anybody that he was adopted, you could never tell the difference. He looks just like he's theirs. So and it was kind of through a people they knew or friend of friends, and they were actually able to be there the day he was born. So it's pretty cool. That he's very special, and I'm his Uncle B.
Oh yeah. Do they ever grab at your beard when you're playing Santa?
Yeah, not when I was playing Santa, but here in the past about 2 or 3 weeks, I've noticed that when he wants to talk to me, he if he's close enough, he latches on Uncle B. And he pretty much. I guess it's like putting the loop through the horse's nose. He can pretty much lead me anywhere he wants to when he latches onto my ear.
So Barry, we've talked about this for a while, and we talked about this before this show in the last few months that you're wanting to go to eBay Open.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about why you want to go to eBay Open. And then when you do that, I also want to segue into possibly ways that you can save going to eBay Open if you guys are still considering it. So tell us a little bit about why you want to go to eBay Open and just that portion of it.
Really to meet everybody that you, Casey, Lindy Glenn, that's another YouTuber I forgot to mention. She does amazing videos. I think the past couple of days, I think that Riley Roots, I think Ryan and Allie are going to be able to go. They weren't originally, and I think eBay reached out to them, so they're going to be able to go. And everybody else that's going to be there. I think Chris is going from 10K or with a daily refinement, and just to meet everybody, network. I in the beginning I kind of questioned okay, am I really going to get that much more information than what I've already picked up watching YouTube? I'm sure there'll be Lindy Glenn's video just earlier this week pretty much sold me that I want to go because the camaraderie, the networking, the encouragement, being able to schedule time with an eBay rep that will go through your store piece by piece. You can make an appointment with them to sit down with you and critique your store, which I think will be fantastic. So just getting out there. I know that we talked about the ticket price is going to go up May 1st. So if I'm going to do this, I got to get my ticket before it goes from $275 to I heard it's going to go to $399. So $125 increase. That's a hand or two of blackjack, right, Wade?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh hey, you're talking to a gambler over here. So I'm blessed that Ashley's not a gambler. No, I love craps. I love blackjack. I would love to meet you guys. I'm extremely excited for eBay Open. I'm actually going to be showing up Sunday, Monday. So those are 2 days early. So I can go to some circus shows and show Kate around Vegas. Gosh, what a lucky kid, Barry. He's been to Vegas. I joke around, but Ashley was pregnant with him when we were in Mexico. In fact, that's when I found out she was pregnant, when we were on the cruise ship. And so I'm always telling Ashley, I'm like, he's been to Mexico, and she's like, no, he hasn't. But he was still, technically there, right? Mexico, Alaska, LA. Now he's going to Vegas, and he's not even 2 yet. One lucky kid, Barry. One lucky kid.
Well-rounded, real rounded kid. A world traveler already.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So Barry, let's get into this haul. Show us some of these items, Barry. Show us some of these items that you're selling.
Okay. My first one, I hope it'll fit in the screen here. My nephew, again, he goes to not preschool, but Smart Start twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And about a week or so ago, I had to fill in, and I took him to the Smart Start. Dropped him. It's called the BB bus. It's a big blue bus that he spends a couple hours on, and then I come pick him up. And it's kind of a good way to segue him and get him used to going to school. So, but was just driving around, killing time until it was time to pick him up. And there was a yard sale on a Thursday, and I stopped and I picked up. I don't know if you can see this. It's called a coal shuttle.
Huh.
So so you put coal in it, and it's all copper. And I paid $10 for it at a yard sale. And I looked them up, and they go anywhere from 50 to I saw one listed for 350 or 399, but I don't know if it's not in sold. That's what it was listed for. But I think some of them sold for around $200. So that was a good find. This one I may keep. I kind of like that one. So
boy, that's a nice find.
Yeah, the yard selling this weekend. I stopped at a yard sale, real nice lady, and it was an unadvertised yard sale. Of course, everybody looks at, there's always the yard sale treasure map that everybody uses. And but this one, I was on the way to a yard sale that was advertised, and I saw this tiny little sign and a nice lady, and I picked up, and I didn't buy it at first, but I don't know if you can see it. It's for camping. It's aluminum, and there's a lid that goes with it. You can see that, and it's like a big casserole dish with two handles. Let's see if you can kind of get an idea. And this acts as the lid.
So when you're camping, you can
or you can flip it over and use it as a griddle by itself over a campfire. And it was just sitting in the grass, kind of out of the way. And I looked at the name, and of course, go back to the car, look it up on eBay, and it was, one had just recently sold at auction, I think like for $225, $250. And wow. I went back to her and I said, what do you want for it? And she said, I don't know, $3. I was like, okay, I'll take it, $3. So I've got that. I'm gonna try to find somebody like an auto body shop that will, because it's pretty dirty. And aluminum, I guess it kind of oxidizes, and so I'm gonna try to find a body shop that can clean it up and shine it up without damaging the aluminum.
So we have a question. Pac-Man asked, "Is that vintage? Is the first item vintage? The coal thing?"
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not the made in India, I would say I wouldn't say it's antique, but I would say it's vintage. I mean, it's porcelain handles on it. And it's got a little wear and tear on it.
It looks beautiful.
It's very nice, very nice.
What's going on, Rita? I see you in chat.
Of course, if everybody knows about the Boppet games, some of the other models go for, $20, $30. I've seen people lot 4 or 5 of these together for, around $40, $50, $60. This was a first find for me. I found at the bins the other day, and it was I guess it was a carrying. It's pretty rough, but I'm gonna try and clean it up. But it's a plastic carrying case from the 80s for the Nintendo Game Boy, the original. And it looks like a game, but I can figure out how to get it open here.
So Pac-Man said they make stuff called Mother's Polish that he uses at the dealerships for aluminum wheels.
Oh, great. Mother's Polish. Okay. All right. So I've heard of something that's called a barkeeper's friend, and it's kind of like really fine powdery. It's like finer than Comet or Ajax, but I was afraid. But yeah, Mother's polish definitely. Can you only find it at car dealerships? I guess so, probably.
I don't know.
Maybe Pac-Man can. Here's the video game that I was telling you about that I had learned about on called Mall Madness. So from the, I think it's like the 80s or 90s. Some of this one, unfortunately, I got it for $1. And there's actually a Goodwill retail store that hosted a community yard sale in their parking lot this Saturday. And so there was about 12 people there. It had some really good stuff. But they go for, and I learned about this through social media, and it was, I paid $1 for it, and it goes for, some of them go for like 100, 140 bucks.
Wow.
So yeah, I was shocked. This one's missing a couple pieces. So I know, unfortunately, in the past, I have passed these up at the bins before. So I'm just going to bide my time, put this back until I find the rest of the pieces to complete this one, and then I'll throw it up and list it. This was another, this wasn't recently, but something to maybe be on the lookout for. I picked these up for about $1 a piece. They're like, for all you gamers, like Fallout and World of Warcraft and whatever. They a lot of this is for Fallout 4 survival guide. I guess they make these guidebooks, you know, on how to play the games, and some of these sell for, you know, $20, $30, $40, $50 for some of these because they're collectible. Actually, I used the light cube that I won from you, Wade, and I listed. I've got all the pictures taken. I got one up listed, and it sold within a couple of days. And actually, was a lady. I think that one went for around $18 plus she paid shipping, and actually went to Charlotte, just down the road from me. So how ironic that was. So I've got I've got about a dozen of those to list. This is another one. I know this is more than 4 items, so if I'm going too long, let me know.
No, you're keep it up. Keep it up.
I know this might be kind of mute for you at this point, but anybody remember the Flow B hair cutting vacuum systems that you could hook it up to your, I guess that's probably from the 80s too, but it was a hose system that you hooked up to your vacuum cleaner and put power to it and gave yourself a haircut. It has all kinds of little guides and stuff. And picked this up at the bins, 69 cents a pound, since it was considered electronics, because there were some electric components to it. And they go for
Barry,
a complete, yeah.
Can we get a test run with that thing?
No. Absolutely not. Takes too long to grow this. So actually, I was trying to let my hair grow out. I've always wanted to have my hair, you know, bucket list to have a ponytail. Just one time in my life, and every time I try to grow my hair out, I mean, I don't mind it being long on the top, but it gets bushy, just really bushy on the sides. I finally had to cave, and I went to the barber and got it cut on the sides and everything. I'm gonna let it grow long out on the top, but
Barry,
yeah, I can't do it.
Do you use any kind of like, you got some luscious hair there. You got a lot of hair on the top.
All right, Wade, we got to talk about this overuse of the word luscious.
Oh.
There's a shampoo. It's has Aragon oil. It's supposed to help with the beard and stuff. I don't put as much product on it as like some of these guys that, you know, you see some of these guys that, and they have great beards, but I mean, it looks like, you know, they could probably wring out and grease would just, or oil would just drip out of their beard. So I don't get that carried away. If I let it dry naturally, it'll do the little ringlets and curls, you know. But at Christmas time, if you see on Instagram, I think the little picture I changed back is a picture of me playing Santa Claus. I kind of turned into a substitute Santa Claus because I'm 50. I'll be 51 this year, and I'm young for Santa. So a lot of these Santas that have been doing the malls and stuff, they're in their 70s and not the best of health. So, and like a substitute teacher, I kind of turned into the substitute Santa. So I went all over North Carolina. I'd get calls from these other companies to fill in for a day or two because the Santa got sick or hurt. And I did a couple malls, all the way from Asheville all the way down to Wilmington Beach. So pretty wide stretch. And again, I did the Charlotte Motor Speedway and Bass Pro Shop. I got to fill in for them one day, and that's what the picture's from. That's on my Instagram doing that. So, but I comb it out, and try to fluff it up as much with when I do Santa Claus.
So, guys, I want to touch on something I forgot to. So we were talking about eBay Open, and I don't know if you guys know about. I think it was 3 weeks ago. I posted on my Instagram. I was like, hey, if anybody wants to go to eBay Open, but you want to find a buddy to bunk with so you can cut the hotel cost in half, to put comments below. So basically, guys, Barry is definitely wanting to go to eBay and eBay Open. And Barry, I really hope you do, because I would love to hang out with you. And so that being said, Barry is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Barry, but you are definitely looking to see if you can split cost. Last year, Lindy Glenn did it. A lot of other resellers did it, where they found somebody to split the hotel cost for 4 days. Barry, you're kind of looking for the same thing, maybe possibly see if somebody out there wants to go to eBay Open but wants to save a little bit on the cost.
Yeah. Just split a room with me is what I want to do. That, like I said, the cutoff time for the price increase on tickets is, coming up real close. So it'll be, May the 1st, it goes up. So I need to do it by April 30th. And, I don't discriminate, male or female, I'll room with. I'll be a gentleman, with the ladies. So if anybody's desperate and needs a roommate. So I don't smoke, don't drink. So, I mean, just because of health, not because I'm a prude or anything, but, so easygoing, real easygoing guy. And it sounds like from the schedule that they're going to have, it doesn't look like we're not going to be in the rooms much anyway. They're going to keep us pretty busy at eBay Open.
Yep. And there's going to be a lot of events after, I know. I think Chris is doing one. Casey's doing one. A lot of people are putting their own events up, so you guys are going to be busy. So, guys, if you are looking for somebody to split a room with, please reach out to Barry if you're watching this after the live stream before April has ended. So, Barry, I've got a couple more questions here for you, and then we'll I'll be respectful of your time. But the first question is this isn't reseller related, but I am curious. Everybody has a list of stuff they want to do in their lifetime. Give me a few things that you haven't done that you've always wanted to do in your lifetime. I know it's not reseller related, but I think it fits you, and I'm really curious what is on a few of your items that you've always wanted to do on your list.
Jeez. Well, of course, the ponytail thing. I don't think that's going to happen. So I can't. The hair just drives me crazy. Traveled. I want to travel more. I've been I've never been to any European countries. I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to Jamaica. Years and years ago, I won a cruise through Miller Genuine Draft through a local radio station. They had a contest all across the country, and you got to take a guest with you, and it was through Miller Genuine Draft. And this is how long ago it was. We were out to sea on the I think it was Norwegian Cruise Lines. We were having dinner when they announced that Operation Desert Shield went to Desert Storm. So that was kind of a eerie moment, to be out on the water, international waters, and our countries went to war, with the Desert Storm. But that was a lot of fun. Like I said, the Caribbean, I've been on another cruise since then. Cruises are okay. And I know you went to one, I think, to Alaska. Is that right?
I went to Alaska. And guys, I say this every time. Cruises can get expensive if you don't do it correctly. So one thing that you can do that because I'm a big fan of taking time off to unwind. You've got to like, I've been watching a lot of inspirational YouTubers, and like Will Smith is a really good one to watch. But our brains need relaxing. So people that want to go on cruises, what you can do is you can contact Princess Cruises, or a lot of the cruise lines will book 2 years in advance, and then you can pay monthly small amounts up until 30 days of the cruise, and they don't run your credit. They don't do anything. All you do is you book it, and a lot of times they have promotions where it's $0 down booking or it's $100 down booking. So you book it, and then you can set any amount you want. You just got to have it paid a month before the cruise. So if you only have $10 that month to put towards the cruise, you can put $10, $1, $5, $20. So if Pac-Man wanted to go on a cruise with me and he didn't have the funds yet, but he did in 3 months, he can put $300 down or $100 down. So guys, I guess the moral of it is you can set a cruise 2 years in advance, get your family on a vacation, and pay small amounts. But yeah, we went to Alaska last year, and the year before that, Mexico. And then Ashley wants to go out of Florida to some cruise. I forget where they're going, 2019. So we're a big fan of cruises.
Yeah, the only advice I have for cruises is never book on Easter. Don't take a cruise on Easter. The last one I took, because it's about 50% every bratty kid you could ever think of you're going to be stuck on a boat with, and was not a good trip. And it was through Caribbean. I can't remember now, but anyway, yeah, I think Royal Caribbean would be a good one to go on. My sisters want to go do a Disney one. I think would be fun.
Oh.
I don't think it'll be cheap, but it'll be fun.
They're
especially with little Devin. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I
was just gonna say, Rusted Raccoon said only a gentleman with the ladies, Barry. What about the men regarding the hotel room?
No, don't play that game. So no. They're not going there. But I did see Rusted Raccoon in the. I think he does videos. I've watched some of his. He has some pretty good videos. I like the stuff that he shares, and he did some. He takes all of the stuff that he can't sell or is not interested in selling, and does these mega yard sales. And he's done some videos of those. Which, I mean, he's got a warehouse space to do that, which I thought was. A lot of flippers or thrifters, they just take what they don't want or can't use or has a stain or a hole, and they, just donate it back to Goodwill. He just yard sells it and gets his money back out of it, or more than what he would by donating it back.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find Mr. Rusted Raccoon's YouTube channel, because I think he did one today. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see here. Let's see.
He's a pretty active YouTuber.
Yeah, I know he went live today. What I like about him is he goes live in thrift stores, guys. If you're not, here we go. I got him. All right, guys. So let's see here. Rusted Raccoon. Oh my gosh, my screen is dirty. Rusted Raccoon, guys. You can go subscribe to him. So Barry, any tips or tricks that you can give our audience? And I ask this question every single time because I want to know, is there any nuggets, any shipping or mental, it could be, physically, mentally, like any tips or tricks you can give people that are reselling online, both part-time or full-time?
God, there's been so many good ones given out already. I bought a heat sealer. So I pre-package all of my items. I've actually found a local lady. She was in my area. There's a lot of textiles, so there's a sock manufacturer, and they were relocating to another part of the state. So she had it was like the big mill sealer things, but this was for industrial. And I bought a lot of real thin clear plastic bags. So I'd like my shirts and jeans and any clothing I could put in these bags, and I could smash the air completely out and then heat seal it, and it makes it a lot easier and neater to store, and I don't have to worry about odors or anything getting into it, or so I know it's going to be as fresh, because I do wash everything. I know that's a big debate between a lot of people, but I'm a little OCD about that. So, I think I'm going to put together a little thrifting kit, like like about the size of like a sewing kit or something, where to have a pair of scissors, and like a small measuring tape, and the screwdriver, small like jeweler screwdriver, because a lot of like in the bins and stuff, you find toys like like the Bop It here. It worked. It does work. So I knew the batteries were good in it, but if the batteries were dead, you would want to take that cover off, and some of them are held in with a Phillips screw, and take it out. Make sure that the batteries haven't corroded and ruined it. So that's another buddy of mine, he bought a little battery tester. He even if he doesn't want the item, he'll pull the batteries out, and if they're still good, he's got a stockpile to the end of time of batteries, that he picks up at the bins. And then I thought about getting just a cheap ring and buying one of those high-powered magnets and gluing it to a ring to wear inside the bins when you're out yard selling. So if you do pick up something that, if you're curious as to whether it's sterling or if it's plated, you could just touch it with the magnet, have it on your hand, so you wouldn't be so obvious. And again, with the scissors, even if you find, if you found a Burberry coat that's completely eat up with moth holes, look up Burberry and some of these other high dollar name brand buttons that, you can snip those off and take them. And just buy those, and they bring big money.
That's a good tip. I've got another tip too, guys. A lot of people don't realize is, I do wash our clothes, and we get all the detergent from the Dollar Tree, but some people don't have a Dollar Tree near you. People don't realize, like, you can go to dollartree.com and purchase everything for $1 online. So a lot of people that need dollar items that, like, where you're gonna do cotton balls or nail polish remover, or any kind of, like, I don't have any here, but any kind of soap or anything to wash the clothes with, you can go to dollartree.com and order everything for $1. So, and we have Alicia in chat. By the way, Alicia, thanks for that awesome comment on the last video. Thrifty Santa is hilarious. He has jokes. He is. And then we have another question for you, Barry. If you can tell yourself anything when you first started, what would it be for thrifting, like, or reselling in general? If you can tell yourself, if you can go back in time and tell yourself something, what would it be?
No death piles. No death piles. Oh my God. I've got stuff. I've got storage unit. I own another house that I've got a garage that's packed to the gills with stuff that I need to list. I've got this house here and the basement here. Get to where if I know a lot of thrifters that they say they have a time limit, 24 hours or 48 hours to get it listed, and I need to adopt that. I haven't yet, but I've got to.
All Barry can ask for Christmas is to have no death piles.
Yes. Yeah. I could probably put a dent in them by Christmas. They won't be all. I could honestly list for a year plus and never run out of stuff. It's insane.
Well, Barry, it's been a pleasure. Again, guys, if you are looking for a partner for eBay Open, if you're looking to split the cost on a hotel room, Barry's looking for a partner to split the cost. You can message Barry. They can message you on Instagram. What was your Instagram handle again? Pac-Man will put it in chat.
Okay, Burleson Barry, Burleson. I think he just did put it in there, Burleson Barry.
Okay.
So,
and then also
I guess
put it
if I change my name, I guess, even though people are following me, I guess it won't knock these people out, I hope.
No.
If I do change it to Thrifty Santa, you'll know who it is.
Dude, that is a good name, Barry. And you could do your YouTube channel when you do that, Thrifty Santa, Yeah,
I like that. And I've already got the picture up, so yeah, that would work.
So Barry, fantastic interview. I appreciate you coming on. give us some parting words. We always leave with parting words. Give us a quote. Give us something to motivate people. Let's motivate people right now. Give us something, Barry.
I guess Thoreau, one of my favorite sayings from it, go confidently in the directions of your dreams, live the life you've always imagined, because the only person that can do it is you. The other one that I'll leave you with is, I used to have this at my previous job, and I have it now, and it's some people call them obnoxious morons. We call them customers. So I know that I know you can relate to that, Wade, being in the industry that you were in. But no, I've had really good experience with all of my customers. I've not had a bad one yet. Knock on wood. So
yep,
I'll knock on wood too. Get out there and slay it, guys.
Hit the like button, please. It doesn't pay me extra for a creator, but it gets this out so more people can watch Barry. And if you guys can do me a big favor, there's a share button right below here. It has a little arrow. Click the share button. Share this video out. I've never said that before. I saw it on Prof Sal's channel today, and I would appreciate all the support. I really appreciate you guys joining, guys. If you're interested in being on this channel, Barry can tell you it's not very hard. It's really relaxing. Email me. It's wade@wadesventure.com. I would love to have you on. The purpose of Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays is to get people that are not yet on social media, get them starting YouTube channels, and get them documenting their journey. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. Barry, thank you for coming on, buddy.
No problem. I don't know if they posted it or not, but subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can go live.
Yes.
B Burleson 67. We were going to do that. I forgot about that. I don't know. Pac-Man may have already posted it. I don't know.
Yeah, Pac-Man post that. 67. Yeah, so I'll put Barry's after this is live, I'll put Barry's link down below, guys. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'm excited to see the Thrifty Santa.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right, guys. Have a good night. See ya.